Hi everyone, my name is Neelam Malkani. I'm one of the educators on Unacademy, India's largest online learning platform for the preparation of competitive exams. On this channel, CAT4MBA, I take regular sessions for the preparation of CAT and other management entrance exams. In today's video, I'm going to talk about those mistakes that students usually make in their interviews. Now that most of the exams are over, you all must be gearing up to face the final stage of this preparation. That is going to be group discussion, WAT, and personal interviews. At this juncture, it is very important for all of you to know what mistakes you need to avoid and how these mistakes can be avoided, right? So in today's video, very briefly, I'm going to talk about those 4 mistakes. Before that, let me give you a brief introduction of myself. I have around 12 years of experience of test preparation industry and have trained students of CAT, GRE, GMAT, SAT, IIMs and TOEFL. My extensive experience of training, content development, paper designing and examining has afforded me enough insight to give you some inputs about these mistakes. So I'm going to focus on 4 mistakes. So let's quickly jump into that. Before that, these are the platforms through which you can connect to me. YouTube channel, that is CAT4MBA. You can subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of the content that we prepare for your preparation. You can also reach out to me on my Telegram channel, that is Neelam Malkani Unacademy CAT. Alright. So the first mistake that you have got to avoid in an interview is not being authentic. Now what do I mean when I say authentic? So authenticity comes when you present yourself as you truly are. You don't have any charade or you don't have any pretense when you face that interview. So a question which is usually asked is, tell me something about yourself, or why MBA? Most of the students go with the answers which are tailor-made or which have worked for other participants or which have been suggested by some institutions or faculty members. These answers, which are framed in a very journalistic way, are not going to present who you are. You have to be extremely authentic in your interview because those people who are going to take your interview are veteran and experienced. They have been doing this exercise for years. The moment you walk in the interview room and start speaking, they are going to gauge whether you are being true to yourself or you are saying just for the heck of saying it. So try to be as genuine as possible. Try to find out your own answers. Don't try to imitate the answers or the style of other successful candidates. They succeeded because the answer that helped them succeed their interview, they had conviction in them, or that answer worked for them. The same answer may not work for you. So find out your own reason to do MBA. Find out your own reason to go for that path, to have your professional journey. Why this college? Why this specialization? Or why this offering, right? So if you dig deeper, you will definitely come up with those answers which are going to make you look more authentic. So don't be carried away by those answers which are posted on these websites or which are shared by other students who succeeded in facing their interviews. These answers worked for them because they reflected who they are. You have to find out what is going to reflect your personality, right? So try to identify your shortcomings, try to identify what really excites you, what really interests you, what really motivates you. What is it that you feel most excited about? So through those soul-searching analysis, or through those soul-searching introspection, you will come to know that what is it that gives you the most fulfilled life. And that's going to give you the authentic answer. So first mistake that you need to avoid in your interview is being duplicate of someone else or pretending to be what you are not or who you are not. Alright? So first is be authentic. Another mistake that most of the students make during their mock interviews and when we have their interviews, they come up with an answer which has been narrated quite often. And usually the answer is suggested by other students or other alumni or seniors that this is going to work for you. They actually miss a very critical point here. Your story is going to reflect you. So here, you have to bring in the details from your own life, your educational background, your family background, what you have thought about your goal. So someone else's goal, which worked for him in his interview, is not going to work for you because you will not have conviction in that answer. So when you say that this is your goal, 5 years down the line doing MBA, you want to start your own business, or 10 years down the line doing MBA or doing your best post-graduation in management, you want to do this. So what is definitely important? That is what your goal is. But why you want to go that path? What is it that has made you choose that path? So that story has to be contrived. That story, that narration has to be there. That context, those references, which have built up that entire story. Those detailing, those minute, specific details, which are there to make you look believable or make you look credible, right? So your story, how you got inspiration from someone to do MBA, or how watching a movie or maybe visiting a manufacturing unit or an industry, maybe attending a seminar, maybe listening to a tech talk. What really motivated you to do that thing? So have a story. The answer may lie in your family background, the kind of family background you have, the kind of adverse circumstances you faced, or kind of hardship you went through, or the failure you faced, possibly build up the story, right? So you have to find the reason in your own life. What your goal is, stating what your goal is very important, but why you have set that goal is also equally important, right? So here, have your own story. That does not mean make a cock and bull story. That story has to be your, right? So story has to come from your own life, right? So here, have a story which perfectly reflects your journey. Then only you will have conviction and the answers are going to be impactful. All right? So avoid imitating others' story. Avoid saying the same story which has been narrated so often in the interview. Be yourself here, right? So try to devise your own story. We all have a story and we all want those stories to be heard, right? So here, this is the perfect opportunity for you to tell that story to the interview board, that what your goal is and why you are driven to achieve that goal, all right? So the answer may lie in your educational qualification, maybe in your family background, maybe the circumstances that you have gone through, right? You will have to figure it out and you will have to find it out. Third mistake that you all need to avoid in a management interview is being journalistic. When an interviewer asks you about a specific program, why this specialization, why this course, why this college, you need to be extremely specific. Here, stating or telling them an answer which is again copied from someone else is not going to work, because they really want to know whether you are passionate about that program or that offering or that specialization, or you have studied that or not. Then they ask you about the college, studying or getting information about the college, about the different committees, cultural festivals, alumni, or maybe faculty members, what their affiliations are. If there is a faculty member who is a patent holder or if there is a faculty member who is doing some remarkable research, if you have studied these things and you bring these specific details in your answer, that is going to make you look more credible. That's going to definitely leave an impact on the interview board, that you are really interested and you have that passion to join the college. So you may not want to look, journalistic in your answers here. So try to be very specific. Why this course? So why this course? That means if you want to undertake finance as a specialization, what is it in finance that excites you the most, and how it aligns with your goal, and how it originates from your family background or maybe from your educational background. So be very specific. Don't give generalistic answers. All right? Last mistake, that is, if you are given the opportunity by the interview board to ask a question, don't fritter away that opportunity. You may want to look enthusiastic and keen, eager to know more about the interview board, maybe about college, maybe about those things which are associated with your goal. So always make a question ready. Always prepare a few questions that you may want to ask to the interview board, right? Do not ask any question that you can actually find out on the website of the college. If it is clearly given there, you may look fool there. So be intelligent about choosing those questions. You may want to inquire about the committee, or you may want to ask about the different ways you can contribute to the college community or maybe to the college, right? So pick question very wisely and don't ask about the placements, do not ask about how you did, or don't ask about your chances of getting selected in your interview, right? So don't look needy, don't make yourself look needy, and don't make yourself look very desperate. Be self-assured, be confident, all right? So all these mistakes, first, be authentic. Second, have a story regarding your MBA and have a story regarding your goal. That means bring references from your own life. Be ready to give examples. Have multiple examples ready. So if there is a reference, you can support that reference with an example. All right? And third mistake is definitely that don't be journalistic in your answers. Be very specific. Try to fill in all the details that do not leave any gap in your answers, right? And ask questions at the end of the interview. If you are asked to ask a question from the interview panel, don't leave that opportunity. This is an opportunity for you to showcase that you are enthusiastic and you are keen on getting admission as well as contributing to the college in somehow, right? So that's all about these mistakes. I hope you will be facilitated by this video, and we are going to help you in clearing your group discussion, WAT, and your personal interviews. So on this channel, we are going to conduct regular sessions for these different activities that you are going to face in the second phase of your selection procedure. So stay tuned on this channel, and tomorrow as well, we are going to conduct a mock interview. So if you are interested, you can send me your details, and we are going to induct you in the list, and you will be one of the candidates who will be interviewed tomorrow, right? You will be given detailed feedback and the inputs regarding your performance in the interview, as well as those things that you need to do in order to do well in your final interview, right? So that's going to be the whole exercise of mock interview. If you want, you can send me your details, and then we will include you in tomorrow's session, all right? Thank you very much, and stay tuned on this channel.